Nobody likes a rent increase, especially senior citizens living on a fixed income in this mobile home park in Oceanside.
I'm Shannon Handy reporting from Tijuana, Mexico on the Ukrainian crisis. Coming up, we will bring you inside a shelter that's housing over 1,000 Ukrainians.
How are people handling this heat wave? We're going to hear from people doing hard work outside in the hot sun.
Plus, a clerk was pistol whipped and robbed at a convenience store in Southern California. Police say they've captured the serial robber.
It is tick season in San Diego. Here's what you can do to keep those bloodsuckers off your dog.
CBS 8 News live at 6 starts now.
Tonight, some people living in Oceanside are upset about a proposed rent increase coming to their mobile home parks. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee.
And I'm Jesse Pagan in for Carlo Cicchetto. CBS 8's David Gottfriedson spent the day working to get answers on how those rent spikes work and what's next for people already struggling to make ends meet.
Here you have corn out of a recyclable bookcase.
Vicki Tillman grows her own vegetables on the side of her Oceanside mobile home.
I got lettuce, and these are my green beans.
She gives away most of what she grows to neighbors to help them make ends meet in this low-income neighborhood.
I grow my own food. I have been for 20 years. I can't afford to go buy anything.
The West Winds mobile home estate is one of 17 mobile home parks in Oceanside under rent control. This time of year, every year, Oceanside's Manufactured Home Fair Practices Commission votes on rent increases for the 17 mobile home parks. This year, the maximum increase is 3.9%. That may not sound like a lot, but to Vicki, who suffers from health issues and lives on Social Security, it's a big deal.
You want to eat, you want to go somewhere, or you just want to enjoy life, but you can't.
In order for the rent increases to be approved, the mobile homes have to pass city health and safety inspections.
The majority of people that live in these communities are seniors, veterans, the disabled, the blind.
Linda Tillman is an advocate for mobile home residents. She says city inspectors walk through the parks but never talk to residents about the problems they're living with.
These parks are aging out, and a lot of the infrastructure, water, sewer lines, electrical underground in the clubhouses, the kitchens, those are the concerns for these seniors and disabled people.
The city of Oceanside emailed CBS 8 a statement saying inspections happen before any increase of rent and consist of safety inspection of the park's general areas, common facilities, common buildings, common streets, utilities, and street lighting. The city told us this year 8 of the 17 parks did not pass inspection, so at this point, the rent increases cannot be approved. Vicki says she'll be at the meeting.
I'm going to be on Coast Highway with a sign that's saying no rent increase.
Oceanside's Manufactured Home Fair Practices Commission is meeting virtually Thursday night at 6 p.m. You can log in and comment about those rent increases. We've posted a link at CBS8.com. Working for you, David Gottfriedson, CBS 8.
Wow, David, thank you. You can see just how these residents are trying to make ends meet, and a rent increase would be really detrimental to them. Remember, here at CBS 8, we are working for you. If there's a story you'd like us to look into, email us. The address, your stories at KFMB@CBS8.com.
Our border is now one of the main entry points for Ukrainian families hoping to get into the United States.
More than 1,500 people are said to be waiting for asylum right now near the San Ysidro port of entry, with hundreds more arriving every day. The situation is so overwhelming, a makeshift tent shelter has been shuttered to move refugees to a larger space at the Ped West facility.
CBS 8's Shannon Handy was at that shelter before it closed. She takes us inside to see the conditions in Mexico and how some refugees are feeling.
In Tijuana, just on the other side of the San Ysidro port of entry, is a bus stop, which, as you can see, has been transformed into a refugee camp. It's one of many places here where Ukrainians have been waiting for days to get into the United States. Have you ever been to the United States, either of you?
No, never.
Are you scared?
Yes, but we're excited also to see new people, to see America.
Up until 6 weeks ago, 21-year-old Aliona Darmarost and her 24-year-old cousin Bodana Hadkova were living in Ukraine, one as a student, the other as a nail technician, unaware of just how much their lives would change in such a short period of time.
It was, it was great before one day.
Last week, a friend in Sacramento offered to host the two. That meant leaving behind nearly everything, including family members, like Bodana's brother, who is serving in the Army.
You're worried about him?
Yeah, a lot.
After traveling through various countries, Aliona and Bodana arrived in Tijuana, where more than 1,500 Ukrainian refugees are said to be waiting to enter into the U.S. on what's known as humanitarian parole. I interviewed them at this makeshift shelter set up by churches, local organizations, and individual volunteers. Children play with bubbles to help pass the time. A table full of food is always stocked, with donations coming in every hour. There's even a local woman giving out free massages.
They come all the time, so we have to reorganize.
And a retired nurse from Chula Vista doing what he can to keep people healthy.
Coming here, it makes me feel better.
Despite the crowds, it's nothing compared to where the majority of refugees begin their stay in Tijuana, about 2 miles away at a city-run facility called Benito Juarez.
This is the hub. It's a community gym in Tijuana. Once Ukrainians fly into Mexico, they are first transported here. Just one step in the lengthy process. Inside, nearly every inch of space is being used. Volunteers tell us while the hub has capacity for 600, the number of people actually staying here is closer to 1,000. While we were there, volunteers were assembling bunk beds to accommodate even more. On average, refugees stay here 2 nights until they're closer to the top of a handwritten list created by volunteers in an effort to make things more orderly, at which point they're moved to the bus stop where they usually stay another night or two before meeting with immigration officials. Ukrainians started fleeing to Mexico after the Biden administration announced up to 100,000 Ukrainian refugees would be allowed in under what's known as humanitarian parole. On Wednesday, Border Patrol agents moved refugees from the bus stop to a larger space at the Ped West facility where they can process them more quickly. Aliona and Bodana tell me they don't mind the wait, saying they're grateful for the help. As for what their future holds, at this point, they and so many others aren't sure. Do you see yourself going back to Ukraine anytime soon?
We hope. We hope so.
Shannon Handy, CBS 8.
It's a pretty hot day across the county today, but it is about to get even hotter as we head into the end of the week.
Meteorologist Sean Stiles is in early tonight for Carlene Chavis with the first look at your forecast. Sean?
Good evening, Jesse. Definitely a warm one in San Diego, thanks to Mr. Sunshine there. There is some warm temperatures in the East County. We'll get to those in just a moment. But with that high pressure and the sun much, much higher in the horizon, we've got ourselves a heat advisory for all of San Diego County west of the mountains. And as you look at the bigger picture, it extends all the way up to Santa Barbara, a wind advisory. So we're going to see heat, windy conditions and low humidities over the next couple days. That'll make for a very high fire danger. Look at these temperatures in the East County. We're talking about into the mid to upper 90s. 93 in Valley Center, 93 in Ramona, 94 in Escondido. So those temperatures continue to get very, very warm. Here's what we've got going for you tomorrow: 83 coastal, 90 inland. So it looks like right now that Friday will be the heat, and then we start to cool down very quickly, in fact dropping 20 degrees in one day by Saturday. Inland microclimates, we were already in the mid to upper 90s in those inland microclimates. So these 97 and 98, we just might hit 100 degrees in places like Valley Center or in Ramona tomorrow. Make sure you stay tuned for us. We'll have your latest on this coming up in just a bit.
Sean, thank you. And as he just mentioned, today was just the start of the warm-up, with those temperatures reaching the low 90s in Ramona and other parts of East County.
Yeah, CBS 8's Brian White spent the day finding out how people working outdoors in these temps are coping.
Woo-wee! It's a hot one out here in Santee, especially for people working outside in the hot sun, like landscapers, gardeners, construction workers, sweating it out, doing that hard work in this heat wave.
I need some water right now because I just get out of the equipment, so I want to drink some water.
Ernesto Cota and his co-worker Daniel are finishing up their paint job here at this 7-Eleven gas station in Escondido, and they're not letting the hot weather stop them.
All in a day's work, right?
Yeah, all day's work, yeah. It's a lot of ice and 2 extra drinks.
Martin Moreno is a gardener, and he had to stop off to pick up some drinks.
That's one of the water energy. That's the vitamins too.
He says working out in this heat wave brings on a good sweat.
Well, it's bad. Look at, I got a lot of towers. I cleaned it up, you know, when it's sweaty.
Samuel Ramirez owns his own landscaping business, and he's no stranger to working out in the hot sun.
Sometimes I had to have an extra shirt to change because there was wet, you know, and it's really hard. It's really hard to working on the hat with it.
These Caltrans workers were picking up trash along the 78 freeway in Oceanside.
We're still gonna get it done. We gotta clean up this trash. So yeah, it's hot out here, but we're all right.
A heat advisory for most of San Diego County started Wednesday and will last until Friday evening, bringing record high temperatures for this time of year, especially in the inland valleys in East County.
Man, it's warm out here, and I got practice in like an hour. So I'm like, oh, I'm a baseball player, so I got, man, it's gonna be like 90 degrees, and I don't know, I'm gonna have to bring some extra water today.
I'm loving this warm weather. This is why we live in California in Santee.
Dave Parsons works in construction, and he says the hot sun doesn't faze him.
You just work harder and drink more water. What are you gonna do? Somebody's got to do it, right? And that's why we're the good ones.
In East County, I'm Brian White for CBS 8.
Well, at least they all have positive attitudes about it.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
how can you complain?
Yeah.
It is beautiful, sunny San Diego. Just drink a lot of water and make sure you put the sunblock on. You know.
Exactly. Keep an eye on yourself as well.
There you go.
All right, it looks like a special election for the remainder of Assemblywoman Lorena Gonzalez's term is going to a runoff.
Ballots are still being counted, but according to unofficial results, David Alvarez is leading the 3 candidates in Tuesday's 80th Assembly District election with more than 38% of the vote. Georgette Gomez follows with nearly 37%, very slim margins there. Lincoln Picard, the only Republican of the 3, is in 3rd place. Without a 50% +1 majority, this means Alvarez and Gomez will face off again on June 7th. Both candidates spoke last night.
Our communities are suffering from not having enough housing that they can actually afford, from addressing income inequality, addressing air quality, environmental justice. So there's a lot.
We need to make sure that we start to actually take the homeless off the streets and give them health care, mental health care, substance abuse care, so that they actually can stay off the streets and not continue to revolve in and out of the streets.
Final election results are expected to be certified next week. The winner on June 7th will finish the term of a former Assemblywoman Lorena Gonzalez, who stepped down to lead the California Labor Federation as its executive secretary treasurer.